cafe anyway, baby.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Notice how when you put the word baby or babe in a song, it just makes it so good. Like Mike's Daily Podcast, baby. It works. Hey, it's Mike's Daily Podcast. If you go to the website, MikesDailyPodcast1926Anxious.com, you'll see the show is almost over. Yeah, it's over 10 years long. It's been around for a long time. You can see all past podcasts at MikesDailyPodcast.com. I'm singing you songs like this. It's my song, so it can't be wrong. Episode 1926.
Mike's Daily Podcast
1926. I think that's the 1926. I think I'm done saying
Mike's
the number of this episode.
Daily
Because I know,
Podcast
have more important things to do.
Yeah!
Than hear numbers. I mean, you could just watch the Sesame Street. I've been hearing a lot about these podcasts that apparently are total like theater of the mind, like retro, like the Hornet thing and Shadow one. And do they have any comedy ones like the Jack Benny one? I don't know. But those old-time comedy things. A guy I know, he collects all of them, puts them on a website on the radio. He's collected them all his life. And it's amazing how in the podcast world now there are brand new things in the podcast genre of drama genres and comic books. And Marvel has got apparently a big podcast happening, and they're putting more money into it. And in the Doctor Who universe, there's been forever this thing called Big Machine. And even when they weren't making new Doctor Who series, they were doing Doctor Who series using this Big Finish company. And they wrote a lot of stories that then got picked up by the television show Doctor Who. I don't know if you even know who Doctor Who is. I always... Doctor what? Doctor... Hey, welcome to Cafe...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Yes, we are in Podcastro Valley where they have kept the power on. Thank you. We had some winds last night. I got a little worried. I thought, we're going to turn the power off. They did not. Hey, I might make my big radio debut on KDOW tomorrow. I have a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night, baby. Because they need someone to interview somebody, and I might be the one to do it because the regular person can't because of issues. Hey, look who's going to bark right now. It's Basil the Boxer. Oh, he's doing good. He's doing good. He's been busy with yours truly, walking around, exploring the world. He's a handicapped dog, but he's handy capable. He can do whatever he wants. Because he puts his heart into it, the dog heart. It beats strong. It's like a wolf's heart. Well, they're related. It's a wolf's heart. So is this a podcast that is theater of the mind-ish? Well, we got sound effects in the background. The crowd is in the background there, as you can plainly hear. Here at Cafe Anyway. And I've been doing this show for 10 years, and you can check out all the past episodes at MikesDailyPodcast.com. And you could tell your friends about it, and you can call me and let me know what you think of the show at 3 + 3 = 6 daily. That's 336 as in my name, Mike Matthews, and daily as in what this podcast has not been this week. Kind of, sort. Well, there was Monday, did that. Tuesday, it got busy. It got busy because I got home and I had to... my lovely lady friend decided to go up to Shasta. In fact, the podcast picture is from that Shasta trip, Mount Shasta. She has a connection with the mountain. Mountains draw you in. They're huge. I think it's partly because it's like, planets out in the solar system, in the universe, in the Hooniverse, and how they pull you in with their gravitational pull. Because they're so huge. Large masses have gravitational fields, and I think this one is pulling her to it. And plus, it's beautiful, as you can see in the podcast picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com. She took that on Tuesday, I think it was, or Wednesday. But the point is, Tuesday, without my lovely lady friend, I suddenly realized, wow, she helps me out a lot with Basil the Boxer, the senior dog that's handy capable. I have to do a lot with him. And so I had to do all that. And next thing you know, it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm not going to do a podcast at 9 o'clock at night. Plus, I was super tired. And then the next day, she came home, but not till late. But it was another day. Yesterday I was so unbelievably tired. There was a lot of, and I know this is going to sound hippie and new agey and maybe not what you are, or maybe completely to a T what you are. But it was weird energy yesterday, completely. Part of that, somebody I know very well, he got T-boned. And that's never a good thing in your car, driving along. I've known a couple people now that have been T-boned in the Bay Area, where a car will hit you perpendicularly. Although T-boned more completely encapsulates what that is. But a perpendicular angle is like a T-bone. So hungry. But that's exactly what happened. He got hit in the tire. That's the back rear tire is where this old lady that was apparently blinded by the California sunlight was driving into the sun, didn't see the stop sign, so she says, and hit him square in the tire and knocked him around, totaled the car. He's okay, a little rattled. A friend of mine about a year ago got T-boned, and it totaled the car. I mean, and if he had somebody in the passenger seat, they would have been dead. That kind of bad. So what's happening in the Bay Area is people need to open their freaking eyes. And what in both cases, the perpetrator, the person responsible for the accident, denied responsibility, was like, oh, it wasn't my fault. Which I'm getting so sick of as we go outside a cafe anyway. We're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley today. I'm experiencing a lot of that at work. A lot of somebody will be responsible for something and they push the responsibility off. And who do they push it on to? The closest nice guy or gal. Nice. And they take advantage of nice people, and I don't like that. And I'm done with it, quite frankly. I've never been this done with something in my life. And you've picked the wrong zit on this guy. I'm done. So, heads shall roll tomorrow. Just going to let you know. But what is the feeling that you have? Speaking of feelings, I got a feeling as you are going, if you're on a roller coaster and you're going up the roller coaster, you know that the chain that pulls you up to the top just before the big dip. What do you feel? Do you feel like, oh gosh, let's get this over with already? Or are you excited? The anticipation? How do you deal with anticipation? How do you deal with anxiety? That's a big question that, well, a lot of churches ask. I'm noticing, and I spoke to the guy that used to be the head pastor over at Three Crosses Church, a very big church in Castro Valley, Podcastro Valley. And he had, when we spoke, we ran into each other as he was walking his dog, and he said, you know, it's a big topic today, anxiety, and how people deal with it. And so, you know, they deal with it in biblical terms. But my lovely lady friend, who's a therapist, has to deal with it in the psychological world as well. And we're all dealing with it. So how do you deal with it? And I think a lot of our health issues stem from how we deal with anxiety. Do we eat a lot? Do we eat a lot of bad things? Do we drink a lot? The type 2 diabetes that everybody's got these days probably comes from the fact that we are dealing with anxiety. We're searching for comfort foods. We're searching for drink. And the drink turns to sugar. And that's what gets you. Maybe we exercise. That's a much better alternative, although some of us go a little extreme with that and do the CrossFit, what I call CrossFidiots, for numerous reasons. If you will go back into my podcast archive at MikesDailyPodcast.com, you will probably find out at one point why I say CrossFitiots. But yes, but they just hurt themselves a lot of times. They go all out and they hurt themselves. They don't practice careful workouting. And that is a word. That is a verb. Workouting. Yeah. So the podcast picture is of the lovely, beautiful Shasta area. And it is from my lovely lady friend. And what's fun is, so we share Google Photos. And so I'm seeing all of her Google Photos from like 3 years back when she was dating this guy 3 years ago. So sometimes I see pictures of this guy. He seems like a nice guy, big smiley face. I guess kind of like me, I got a smiley face. But I'm sometimes going, what did this guy do to blow it with such a wonderful person? Because this lovely lady friend is amazing. And you can go back in the archives to when I first met her, probably circa 2018. In the month of, the merry month of April, May, in that general vicinity, is when I met her. And I remember I first said about her that, it was around tax day. A little bit before tax day, so we'll say sometime in April. And she was just amazing. I thought, what a positive person. And I did a podcast about how you need more positive people in your life. And it certainly has helped me and made my life better knowing her. I could gush. I guess I'm gushing a little. Okay, there was something I wanted to mention. I listened to 30 minutes of Trump's speech that he did right after he got caught with the memo. When it was released about the memo going to the Ukraine. And then he immediately addressed it. And I applaud Donald Trump for doing that. For just immediately, a lot of people don't. The Dixie Chicks didn't. They let it fester. And that's when things get really bad. And sometimes he'll say stuff that just does not help the situation. Did I say sometimes? Well, maybe more than that. But I listened to 30 minutes, an entire 30 minutes of that speech he gave right after that memo came out. I think it was at the United Nations meeting. Remember that? About a month ago. And he's done and he keeps saying about how we're doing some amazing work at the UN. It's amazing. It's really wonderful. It's amazing. And he was talking about the conversations with Ukraine's President Zelensky, and he goes, our Prime Minister, and he goes, we've had a couple of beautiful conversations. Beautiful. They were beautiful conversations. His choice of adjectives, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And then and then he mentioned, he goes, I had a call. I had a call actually before that transcript came out, he said. And Pence had a couple of calls with him as well. And right about then, I wonder if he went, oh, shoot. Oop. And then too much information. Oops. But, that's his candor. That's his apparent, what's the word? The one with the A. Not audacity. The other word that I can't think of at the moment. Auxiliary? Ouf. Oh, wow. And then the lawyer for Donald Trump is a guy named Jay Sekulow. And he reminds me a lot of Wax Weinberg. Wait, I said that name wrong. Max Weinberg. He was the drummer for the E Street Band, Bruce Springsteen. Baby, I was born to run. And he also was in Conan O'Brien's late night, or whatever that show was called, band. And Jay Sekulow ranted that the whistleblower gave up top secret information, so it weakens our national security. And Jay Sekulow might be a very brilliant man, but how on earth top secret information in the form of a transcript about talking to another leader? I don't know, because I remember I sat through a lot of listening to Jay Sekulow during the Obama years, And he was demanding the austerity. There we go. Is it austerity? Yeah, austerity, audacity. He wanted more austerity with Obama. He wanted that top secret information. So who knows, right? The political thing, it's just... I'll probably just drop it right now. But it was okay to dig behind Benghazi and release WikiLeaks on Hillary and to give all that top secret information. I don't get it. All right. You'll never figure this out, this game. It goes back and forth, back and forth. Listen. You hear that a lot in talk radio. Listen when you're trying to make a point. I just find it fascinating, and I go back to it all again. The anxious ums of millennials. Hey, I did it when I was a young Gen Xer, but it's so funny that, watch millennials and their anxious ums. An engineer actually told me that, who deals with a lot of millennials. He says, I know you're a Gen Xer. And I go, why? He goes, and we just only met on the phone, he and I. He goes, because you don't have those anxious ums that millennials do. All right. What's up with this iHeart radio thing and the iHeart media? And when did that come back? The iHeart, remember this iHeart New York, I think is what it was, the big thing. And now, I don't know, what will they have? Because they have the iHeart, the 80s. Will they have the iHeart teens when they talk about this era that we're living in? iHeart 10s? And we'll have Beyonce, Bieber, 21 Pilots, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes, Imagine Dragons. Will that be it? Get ready for that is what I'm trying to tell you. That's going to happen at some point. Hey, look who's here outside a cafe anyway. Hello, Michael Masters, Madame Rootabega. I love hearing all about these things you're talking about. Oh. Do you have a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night? Yes. Do you have a feeling that tomorrow is Friday and I'm going to be doing another podcast in less than 24 hours? So that's going to be interesting. Are you going to listen to it? Yes. Are you going to go on a roller coaster soon and have that weird anxiety anticipation thing going as you go up the thing? No. Okay. Look who else is here. I guess she doesn't like roller coasters. Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant. And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Mike, we wants to go up to Shasta. Yeah, Shasta. Do you know that? Yes. I think you should go. It would be fun. Okay. Oh, I just want to mention real quick. So, this Democrat, Katie Hill, she has racy photos. She had a compromising relationship with someone, and it's being investigated. She is from Abilene, Texas. She is 32 years old, and she's a blonde. And look out, because as I mentioned in previous podcasts, blondes are liars. And I don't know, I guess that was all I wanted to mention was this whole thing. And I don't know, maybe that's going to be the big story. But she is from California. I actually don't know who the heck she is. So probably I'll stop talking about it. But she says, I know that even a consensual relationship with a subordinate is inappropriate, but I still allowed it to happen despite my better judgment. For that, I wish to apologize. Oh, gosh. So she cheated on her husband? Is that what happened? Kenny Heslop? Oh, blondes are liars. Do you think that's true? Am I off? Am I completely off? You know what I do know is I need to earn more points. So I'm going to click on Bing and see if I can earn more points. Ooh, I think I will play the warp speed quiz on this stupid game thing that Bing is doing. Here we go. Ready? This isn't a plug. It's a slug at Bing. Okay, here we go. It's a Texas quiz. Are you ready? Let's play a Texas quiz. Which 5 celebrities were born in Texas? Let's see. I know Willie Nelson was. Selena Gomez was. Okay, so far so good. Let's see. Was Matthew McConaughey? Oh, you better believe he was. Kelly Clarkson? No. Emma Stone? No. Jordan Sparks? No. Danielle Fishel? Nope, wrong. Danielle Fishel, by the way, is an American actress, director, model, and television personality. She began her career in theater. Let's see, Kelly Clarkson? Yes. And one more. I guess I'm going to go with Emma Stone because that seems odd. Nope. I'm going to go with Jordan Sparks. Nope. It was Jennifer Garner. Shoot. Well, I got 10 points. 10 points. Okay, one more. Which 5 tourist attractions are in Texas? Let's see. I know the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway is not in Texas. Yes, it is. Nope, it's not. Fredman Street. Nope. Dang it. Art Car Museum. Is that in Texas? Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Aquarium of the Americas. Is that in Texas? No, that's in New Orleans. They're trying to confuse me with all these New Orleans things. Kemah Boardwalk. Yes, that is. That is a place in Kemah, Texas. I think it's so funny because, I've never been to that part of Texas, and I don't know all the names in Texas, but I know when you see a word that looks like Kemah, you find out later we say Kemah. You said it wrong, Mark. It's like back when I lived in Ventura County, and it says it's Port Hueneme, but people would always say Port Hueneme. They totally get it wrong. Okay, let's see. What else is in Texas? Reunion Tower is in Dallas, and Big Bend National Park is in Texas as well. It's bigger in Texas. And, there's one more. The Perot Museum of Nature and Science of Co. The Perot would be there because of Hercule Poirot, the famous detective. Right? From Agatha Christie. No, Ross Perot. Which 5... Have you told anybody about this podcast yet? What are you doing? What are you waiting for? We're going to wrap up the show with this last question. Which 5 companies are based in Texas? Southwest. Ding. Home Depot. Nope. It is not. Texas Instruments. Ding. American Airlines. Ding. Denny's. Nope. Kimberly-Clark. Ding. And UPS or AT&T. It has to be one or the other. I'm going to go with UPS. Oh, it's AT&T? Really? In Texas? Wow. Did you enjoy that part of the show? 3 + 3 = 6 Daily. I got 30 points. And that's good. 336 Daily to call me and let me know what you thought of this show. And I hope it helped you a lot. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer. Thanks for listening.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!